Hello children and viewers, and under refraction at curved surfaces, now we are entering into the lens, types of lenses and terms related to lenses. So today is this topic I am going to explain. So next, coming to the lens. So lens is nothing but a transparent material. Basically it is a transparent material. So lens is a transparent medium. It is a transparent medium. Basically it is a transparent medium. So bounded by the two surfaces. Bounded by two surfaces of which two surfaces. So in the two surfaces, so which are both are one of the surface, both are one of surface spherical. So what is a lens? Lens is a transparent medium. It is bounded by the two surfaces. In the two surfaces, so one may be spherical or both surfaces are the spherical. So that type of the transparent medium can be called as a lens. For example, consider, so it is a transparent medium. So now by taking this transparent medium, now I am converting this transparent medium, or now this transparent medium can be cutted such that it has the two spherical surfaces. So it will be cutted like this, and after that, so the remaining part is removed. Now it become a lens. So this is a lens, or this is a transparent medium bounded by the two surfaces. So in these two surfaces have the spherical. Two surfaces have the spherical. Or let us consider, so this is a transparent material, and now this transparent material will be so cutted like this. It will be cutted like this, and after that the remaining part is removed. Now this remaining part will be called as, so the part which is cutted in this shape will be called as the lens. So but this also have the two surfaces, but one is spherical and another one is the plane. So that's why lens is a transparent medium bounded by the two surfaces. So in the two surfaces of which are both spherical, or one may be the spherical and other may be the plane. So that's why this type of the transparent medium bounded by the two surfaces is called as what? Lens. And next, coming to the types of lenses. So the lenses are two types. So basically the lenses are two types. So one is the convex lens. One lens will be called as the convex lens, and other lens may be called as concave lens. So this convex lens is also called as converging lens. It is called as converge, and nothing but after refraction the light will be really meet at a point. That's why lens will be called as converging lens. And concave lens is also called as diverging lens. And after refraction the light will be diverged, and after the refraction the different refracted light rays are move in different directions. So now coming to the convex. So the convex lens can be represented like this. This is a convex lens. So but while drawing the ray diagrams, it can be represented like this. So this is a symbol used when we are drawing the ray diagrams. When we are drawing ray diagrams. Now concave lens is nothing but, so this is a concave lens. This is a concave lens, but while drawing the ray diagram, it can be represented like this. So convex lens is nothing but, so this is the lens which is thicker at the middle, and thinner at edges. So middle లో thick గా ఉంటుంది, ends దగ్గర thin గా ఉంటుంది. But when we come to the concave lens, it will be thinner at the middle and thicker at the edges. So that's why this is a convex lens. So this thicker, nothing but curved outside. That's why these are symbols, arrow marks will be outside. This curved outside. That's why here draw a line and after that put the arrow mark outside because it is curved outside. So but the concave lens is curved inside. So that's why draw the line and put the arrow mark inside. So this is about the convex lens and the concave lens. And again these concave lens are 3 types, and as well as, so this convex lens are 3 types and as well as concave lens also 3 types. So this concave lens are 3 types. So one is the double convex lens. This lens will be called as the double convex lens, and this is called as plano convex lens, and this lens will be called as concavo convex. So this is the double convex lens. And this will be called as plano convex lens. Plano convex lens. And this can be called as concavo convex lens. And as well as, so this again the concave lens is also 3 types. This concave lens also 3 types. So one is the double concave lens. This is called as the double concave lens. Plano concave lens. This is plane. One surface is the plane, other surface is concave. This is the plane. Plano concave lens or plane concave lens. And another one is the convexo concave lens. This is known as convexo concave lens. So the convex lenses are 3 types and concave lens is also 3 types. So this is double convex, and nothing but this lens has the 2 surfaces are convex. This is a convex and this is also convex. And it is plano convex. Why it is called plano convex? One surface is the plane and other surface is the convex. Here concavo convex. So this concavo convex lens also called as convex meniscus. Simply it can be called as convex meniscus. Concavo convex. One surface is concave, other surface is the convex. So double convex is nothing but 2 surfaces are the convex, and double concave lens is nothing but 2 surfaces are the concave. So plano concave lens is nothing but one surface is the plane and other surface is the concave. And convexo concave lens is nothing but one surface is the convex and other surface is the concave. So these are the different types of the lenses. And next coming to the terms related to lenses. And next coming to the terms related to lenses. So there are 7 terms we have to learn. So these 7 terms also you already known, and these terms already we learned in case of the mirrors. So the same definition will be there, but in case of the reflection we have to write the refraction. So next, coming to the first term is the optic center, or it may be called as optical center. It is represented with letter O. So optical center means, for example, consider this is a convex lens. So this is a double convex lens. And now consider, so this is a double concave lens. This is a double concave lens. Or while drawing the ray diagram, it can be represented like this. This is the convex symbol and this is the concave symbol. These are the symbols while drawing the ray diagrams. We can use this one. And next, optical center means, so the midpoint of the lens. The midpoint of the lens. So this point is the midpoint of the lens. Midpoint of the lens. This is the midpoint of the lens. So when the light ray passes through this optic center, it can be refracted without deviation. So this is a light ray, so that is passing through this point or midpoint of the lens. So when this light ray passes through this midpoint of the lens, so it will be refracted without deviation. And what is the optical point? So the optical point is the midpoint of the lens, through which the light can be refracted without deviation. So the midpoint of, this is the midpoint of lens, through which light ray refracted without deviation, and nothing but the path cannot be changes. So now this is the midpoint of this concave lens. So when the light ray passes through this point, so it can be refracted without deviation. So now coming to the symbol, in case of the symbol, so this is the incident ray that is passes through optic center without deviation. This is the incident ray, this is the refracted ray. This is the incident ray up to here, this is the refracted ray. And in case of the concave lens, so this is the incident ray, incident on the optic center. After refraction, it will be continue the same path. So if the incident ray will be incident like this, what happened? Again, this incident ray is incident on the optic center. Again, it will be so continue the same path after refraction. But what is the optic center? The optic center of the lens is nothing but optical center of the lens is nothing but the midpoint of the lens through which the light ray refracted without deviation. It can be represented with letter O. So this is about the optic center. And now coming to the center of curvature. So center of curvature is nothing but it is a center of the sphere. So but in case of the mirror, only one center of curvature is there. In case of the spherical mirrors, that may be concave mirror or convex mirror, only the mirror have the only one center of curvature. But when come to the lens, it has a two spherical surfaces. So that's why it has the two center of curvatures. So now let us imagine, so this is the double convex lens. Is a double convex lens. Now imagine, so this is a double concave lens. It is a double convex lens and it is a double concave lens. So the midpoint of the lens is called what? Optic center. Now this double convex lens has a two spherical surfaces, and it also have the two spherical surfaces. So now imagine, now this is a first spherical surface, this is a second spherical surface. By taking the first spherical surface, when you draw the sphere, you get a sphere. So the center of the sphere will be called as center of curvature of the first surface. This is if I imagine this is a first surface, now this is C1. So now this is a second surface. So by taking the second surface, when I draw the sphere, sphere, you get a sphere, you get a sphere. You get a sphere. So the center of this sphere will be called as center of curvature of the second surface. So that's why for this double convex lens, it has a two center of curvatures. What is center of curvature? What is center of curvature? So by taking the curved surface or spherical surface of the lens, so this is the one of the spherical surface of the convex lens. That's why. So by taking the spherical surface of the convex lens, when I draw the sphere, you get the center for that sphere. That center of that sphere is known as what? Center of curvature for this surface. And in the same way, when I draw the spheres, by taking these two surfaces of the concave lens, when I draw by taking these two surfaces of a concave lens, you get the spheres. That center of the sphere is known as what? Center of curvature. I am drawing here. Now let us imagine this is the first surface and this is the second surface. By taking the first surface, when I draw the sphere, you get the sphere. Now this is the sphere drawn by taking this first curved surface as part. And next now this is the second spherical surface for the concave lens. So that's why by taking the second surface, when I draw the sphere, you get the sphere. The center of the sphere is called as what? Center of curvature of this is second surface, and this is center of curvature of the first surface. So for every lens, how many center of curvatures are there? Two center of curvatures are there. But remember, so there is a difference. In case of the convex lens, this is a convex lens and this is concave lens. Concave lens. So what is the difference you observe? So now if I take this the first surface, and in case of the convex lens, so this is the surface towards the left side, but for this surface, where is the center of curvature? For this surface, where is the center of curvature? That will be the right side. But this is the first surface of the concave lens. For this surface, where is the center of curvature? On the same side, on the same side. And in case of the concave lens, so the same side of the spherical surface, the center of curvature will be exist. అంటే స్పెరికల్ సర్ఫేస్ అనేది ఏ సైడ్ ఉందో అదే సైడ్ సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్ అనేది ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది ఏ లెన్స్ లోపల కాన్కేవ్ లెన్స్ బట్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ ద కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ సో హియర్ దిస్ ఫస్ట్ సర్ఫేస్ ఈజ్ ఆన్ ద లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ బట్ ఫర్ దిస్ స్పెరికల్ సర్ఫేస్ ద సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్ ఈజ్ ఆన్ రైట్ సైడ్ అంటే కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ లోపల స్పెరికల్ సర్ఫేస్ ఒక సైడ్ ఉంటే దాని సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్ అనేది ఇంకొక సైడ్ ఉంటుంది వాట్ రిమెంబర్ చూడండి. So this is a C1 for this convex lens and this is a C1 for this concave lens and this is a C2 for convex lens and this is a C2 for concave lens. So that's why what is the center of curvature? The center of the sphere. This is the center of the sphere which is drawn by taking the spherical surface as a part. This is the center of the sphere which is drawn by taking that spherical surface as a part. What is the definition of the center of curvature? The center of sphere. The center of sphere drawn by taking spherical surface as a part. అంటే స్పెరికల్ సర్ఫేస్ ఒక పార్ట్ గా తీసుకొని మనం స్పియర్ డ్రా చేస్తే ఆ స్పియర్ యొక్క సెంటర్ ఏమంటారు సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్ అంటారు. సో బట్ కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ హ్యాస్ a two center of curvature, concave lens also has a two center of curvature. And now coming to the radii of curvature. So that is nothing but the distance between the optic center to center of curvature can be called as radius of curvature. So that's why this is the first radius of curvature for this convex lens. Again, the distance between the center of curvature to second center of curvature. So the distance between the optical center to center of curvature of the second surface will be called as the radii of curvature of the second surface. This is the radii of curvature of the second surface, and this is the radius of curvature of the first surface. First surface, remember. And next, coming to the concave lens, the distance between the optic center of the lens to first center of curvature can be called as the first radius of curvature, and the distance from the optic center to center of the curvature of the second surface can be called as the radii of the second surface or radius of the second surface. So convex lens has a two center of curvature, that's why it has a two radii of curvatures. This concave lens also have the two center of curvature, that's why it is also have the two radius of curvatures. దీనికి రెండు radius of curvatures ఉంటాయి, దీనికి కూడా రెండు radius of curvatures ఉంటాయి. So what is the radius of curvature? The distance between the optic center to center of curvature. What is the radius of curvature? The distance between optical center and center of curvature. Center of curvature. That is the definition of the radius of curvature. It is represented with R. So, but the double convex lens has the two radius of curvatures, and the double concave lens is also have the two radii of curvatures. So now coming to the principal axis. Principal axis is nothing but the imaginary line passing through two centers of curvature of the lens. So this is imaginary line passing through C1 and as well as optic center and C2. Sorry, C1, optic center and C2. And here is also the imaginary line passing through the two center of curvatures and as well as optic center. So that imaginary line can be called as the principal axis. What is the principal axis? The imaginary line passing through two center of curvature of the convex lens and optic center. So when it is passes through two center of curvature, automatically it will be passes through two center of curvature, automatically it passes through the optic center. So what is the principal axis? The imaginary line passing through two center of curvatures of the lens can be called as the principal axis. So what is the principal axis definition? What is the definition of the principal axis? So the imaginary line passes through two center of curvature of lens. So that imaginary line can be called as what? Principal axis. Now this is the principal axis. So now this is the principal axis of concave lens, and this is the principal axis of the convex lens. Now coming to the focal point or principal focus. Focal point or principal focus. So focal point or principal focus. Now consider this is the double convex lens and this is the double concave lens. So this is the optic center. By taking this curved surface, when I draw the sphere, you get the center. The center of sphere is known as center of curvature of the first surface. By taking this curved surface, when I draw the sphere, you get the center. So the center of the sphere can be called as center of curvature of this surface. So the imaginary line passing through two center of curvature can be called as the principal axis. In the same way, by taking these two surfaces for the concave lens, you draw the sphere, you get the center of curvature. Now this is C2 and this is C1, imagine, and this is optic center. The imaginary line passing through two center of curvature side, optic center can be called as a principal axis. So now if I take a parallel beam of light, so which is parallel to principal axis. So this is the parallel beam of light. This is a parallel beam of light which is parallel to principal axis. Is incident on the convex lens. Is incident on the convex lens. After refraction, what happened? All refracted rays can meet at a point. These are the all refracted rays meet at a point on the principal axis. So this is C1 actually. So after refraction, what is happening? All refracted rays are meet at a point on the principal axis. So that point will be called as first principal focus or first focal point of this lens. So now what is the principal focus or focal point? When a parallel beam of light which is parallel to principal axis is incident on the convex lens, after refraction all refracted rays meet at a point on the principal axis. That point can be called as the focal point or principal focus. So now this is the first principal focus. In the same way, now this is the incident light, this is the parallel beam of light which is incident on the left side. Left side. So now in the same way, now imagine this is the double convex lens, optic center, this is the C1, and let us imagine this is the C2. Now if this is the parallel beam of light which is parallel to principal axis, this is a parallel beam of light which is parallel to principal axis, is incident on second surface. This is the first surface. So first the parallel beam of light is incident on the first surface. Now this is the first principal focus. If the parallel beam of light is incident on the second surface, so after refraction what happened? All refracted rays can really meet at a point. So this point can be called as the second principal focus. So that's why this convex lens has how many principal focus? Two principal focus or two focal point. So what is the definition of the focal point or the principal focus? When a parallel beam of light which is parallel to principal axis is incident on the convex lens, after refraction all refracted rays, not the reflected rays, all refracted rays are meet at a point on the principal axis. So that point will be called as the focal point or principal focus. So now coming to the concave lens. So these are really meet, because when a parallel beam of light which is parallel to principal axis is incident, what is happening? All refracted rays are meet at a point, at nothing but this parallel beam of light is converging. So that's why this double convex lens can be called as converging lens. So this convex lens can be converging the light. That's why these are the real focus. These are the real focal points or real principal focus. So the convex lens has the real focus or real focuses. But in case of the concave lens, now consider this a first surface. When a parallel beam of light which is parallel to principal axis is incident on the concave lens of the first surface. So after refraction what happened? So all the refracted rays are these are the, so this is the refracted rays. So these are the refracted rays of corresponding incident rays. So what is happening? So now this is the parallel beam of light which is parallel to principal axis incident. After refraction what is happening? The light rays are divergent, nothing but they are moving away from each other. They never intersect. So that's why when they are extended back, so they will meet at a point. Or they will appear to meet at a point. That point can be called as focus. Principal focus or focal point. But this is known as virtual. It is really does not exist. It appears. So that's why this concave lens, this is the concave lens. This concave lens can be have the virtual focus. So the virtual focus are again two. So it also have the two focal points or two principal focus. But when we observe, so this is the first surface. For this first surface, so the focus will be on the same side in case of the concave lens. In case of the concave lens, but in case of the convex lens, this is the first surface. So when the light is incident on the first surface, so the focal point of this focal point for this concave lens is existing on the other side. On the other side. So when the light is incidenting on the first surface, the first principal focus exists on other side. But in case of the concave lens, the light is incidenting on the first surface, and again the principal focus existing on the same side. But here in the convex lens in opposite side. Now coming to the second principal focus. Now let us imagine this is the concave lens. This is the concave lens. This is the optic center. Now let us imagine this is the principal axis. So this is the C2 and this is the C1. Now let us imagine this is a parallel beam of light which is parallel to principal axis is incident on the second surface. So after refraction, what happened? After refraction, these all refracted rays will be so these are all refracted rays will be diverged. That's why then they never intersect. All these refracted rays are diverged. That's why they never intersect really. So that's why to intersect them, when they are extended back, so what is happening? So they are appears to meet at a point. So that point can be called as second focal point or second principal focus. But when the light is incident on the second surface, the second principal focus is also exists on the same side. But in case of the convex lens, so the parallel beam of light is incident on the second surface, but the principal focus will be exist on the opposite side or other side of the lens. But here on the same side of the lens. Now coming to the focal length. Focal length is nothing but the distance between the optic center to focus. The distance between the optic center to focus can be called as the focal length. So these also the distance between the optic center to focus. The distance between the optic center to focus can be called as what? Focal length. It is represented with small f. But the focus or focal point or principal focus or focal point is represented with capital F. So now this is the first focal length. Nothing but the distance between the optic center to f1 will be called as first focal length. The distance between the optic center to second focus can be called as f2, second focal length. So what is the focal length? The distance between the optic center to focus or focal point can be called as the focal length. In case of the concave lens also same definition. The distance between the optic center to focal point or principal focus can be called as the focal length. This is about the focal point. This is about the focal length. And next coming to the aperture. Now coming to the aperture. But while drawing the ray diagram, so that convex lens can be represented with a symbol. Already you know that. So this is the convex symbol, and this is the concave symbol. This is the concave symbol. Now this is called the optic center. Now this is the principal axis. Now here you can written as this is the C2 and this is the C1. And in case of the concave lens, let us imagine this is the optic center. Now this is the C1 and this is the C2. Now this is the F2 and this is the F1 and this is the F1 and this is the F2. This is a representation of the optic center, focal points, center of curvatures. This is in case of a convex lens. Convex lens, this is concave lens. The distance between the optic center and focus is same as the distance between the focus and center of curvature. So that's why this center of curvature will be the 2 times to the focus, 2 times to the focal length. That's why this center of curvature is also can be represented with 2f also. 2f2, this point is also 2f2, this point is also can be called as a 2f1. So first center of curvature is also can be taken as 2f1. Second center of curvature of convex lens can be also taken as 2f2. Here this, in case of the concave lens, this is C1. This C1 can be represented with 2f1 and this C2 is also represented with 2f2 to f2. So why the distance between the optic center to first principal focus and as well as the distance between the first principal focus to first center of curvature will be same. So that's why the distance from the optic center to C1 can be taken as what? 2f1. And nothing but C1 can be represented with 2f1, C2 can be represented with 2f2 in case of the convex lens as well as concave lens. Now coming to the aperture. So aperture is nothing but the effective diameter. Effective diameter. For example, consider this is the double convex lens, and this is the double concave lens. Double concave lens. Now this is the optic center. This is the optic center of the concave lens. This is the optic center of the convex lens. So the effective diameter. Effective diameter means this is the effective diameter. So this is the effective diameter. This is called effective diameter. Effective diameter of lens, or this is also called as effective diameter. This is the effective diameter of convex lens, and this is the effective diameter of the concave lens. This is the effective diameter. So the effective diameter of the lens through which the light can be refracted. The effective diameter of the lens through which the light can be refracted. So that effective diameter can be called as what? Aperture of the lens. More aperture, more light can be refracted. Less aperture, less light can be refracted. So that's why the intensity of light is always directly proportional to the square of the apertures. Square of aperture. Remember, the more intensity, to get the more intensity, so the lens have the more aperture. If the aperture is less, the intensity of the light is also less, and nothing but the refracted light intensity will be less. So these are the terms related to the lenses. This is today's topic. Like a Hellcat.